Hey guys, in this video I'll teach you to draw perspectives. Okay, I'll tell you the simple method to draw perspectives. There are two type of 3D represented views in Autocad. The first one is isometric and the second one is perspective. Okay, both are a representation of 3D, but actually by considering AutoCAD, they are not 3D. That's just only representation. I'll tell you the difference between the isometric view and the perspective view. Okay, the first let's care on isometric view. This is an isometric object. Okay, in isometric view, what is happening is we are having these lines are there. These lines, if we extend these lines, they will be parallel until to the infinity. They will never touch each other. Okay, that's a simple logic. There will be three planes. The first is the left plane, the second is the right plane, and the third is the top plane. Okay, right, in this case we are talking about isometric view. Okay, these lines will never intersect. That's a simple logic. Technically by speaking, isometric views will be just only restricted to book and papers, but in the actual world, if you look at any object, we will see that come on, we will see that if we extend these lines, they might or they will meet at a particular point right on horizon. Okay, this line is called horizon, and if we extend these lines, they will meet right from here. Okay, so just like that, if we extend the other three lines, first line, second line, and third line, if we extend this, that will meet at a particular point on the right side. This point is known as right vanishing point, and this point right in here is known as left vanishing point. We don't want to draw that in detail, but by looking, it's possible to draw these figures. Okay, there are two type of perspective views. I'll be talking about perspectives. I already did a video on isometric views right in the you can check out this playlist right there. So it's quite simple. This video is dedicated for perspectives only. Okay, we can say that there are two type of perspectives out there. First one is two types of perspectives are there. First is 1 point perspective, and the second is a 2 point perspective. Okay, I'll tell you in detail. Okay, so let's talk about 1 point perspectives. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you with an example figure. So you can see the example given right in this case is 1 point perspective. In 1 point perspective, there is no, or we can say that there is only 1 point. There is only one vanishing point. Okay, there is only one vanishing point. Okay, so that vanishing point will be right away, maybe right at the center of screen, depending on the height of the camera. And all those lines which will be extending from this vanishing point to that particular edge of the object, that is shown right here. Okay, I'll tell you on how to draw this after some time. You can wait. There is nothing more to explain in 1 point. Okay, now let's see the types of line in 1 point perspective. The first line is the horizontal line, second is the vertical line, third is the ray, or it is called as visual ray or V-ray. Okay, let's analyze this figure here. You can see that a lot of horizontal and vertical lines are there. Now there are some lines which are not horizontal and vertical, which is known as visual ray, that will be extending from the center point or the vanishing point to the edge of the object. Right, okay, I'll show you how to draw this. Okay, the first thing is we want a vanishing point. Either we can make use of point, fix a point anywhere, and p-type. Go to p-type and you can change the representation. Either you can do that, or to me this is not a great way, as zooming and regenerating will terribly change the size of it. I'm not really a big fan of point. I'm deleting point. I hate point. Rather than fixing a point, I will pick up a circle. Okay, first thing, this will represent the vanishing point. Alright, next I will show you how to draw what? The ground. Okay, just draw a horizontal line. Okay, need not be nothing. I can offset it. I don't know the distance, but I think turning on ortho. You can make use of multiple right there. Okay, then the next thing is, so there is no vertical line here, as this is right on the ground plane. There is no chance of having a vertical line here. Horizontal line is over. Now let's talk about the visual ray. So making use of ray, first point, turn off ortho. If you want the spacing to be constant, right now the spacing is not constant. I don't know where to pick. So what I can do here is I can divide this line, pick, and maybe I would like to divide this into 6 segments, and you can make use of ray to snap onto these points. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Right, now the simple thing is you can trim, draw the line. Oh wow, so this again, get out, and we don't want to have these points here. Thank you. So that's all about floor. You know, it might not be possible for you to generate the same diagram as shown here. Why? Because the position of vanishing point and position of all these lines will differ from person to person, so don't expect the same photocopy of this diagram here. Okay, right, now that's over. Now let's try to draw these diagrams here. There are a lot of things which doesn't want any perspective ideas, as right in this there's only horizontal and vertical lines here. So I'll be showing you how to draw this box. Okay, probably I think the box can be drawn by making use of rectangle. Okay, so that is the rectangle here, and you have to make sure that the rectangle stays on top of the visual ray, or the vanishing point, not visual ray. Okay, delete it. Okay, so the now next thing is we have a separation bar right there, so you can make use of line and draw the separation bar. If you want, you can make use of the circle 2 point for the handle, and you can mirror it out. Okay, now I can make use of ray to first point here, second point here, and third point here. Alright, next is we just want to show the thickness of it. Maybe I'll tell you the thickness of this line, thickness of the base. Probably extending right into this point, and from this point I will go up. Now you can just trim these lines. Yeah, that is over. So probably that will be, you can see that there are chances for the object to be right onto the eye side of it, or right onto the top. So if that is on your eye side, there might not be a base right for this. So from the figure given in the right, that is right at your eye side, so there is no base shown there. But what I have drawn here is right above your eyesight, so obviously that will be having a base here. Okay, so you have to be a little bit vigilant about your position of the object and how you might be drawing this. Alright, if that object is right at the eyesight, there is no difference. You don't want to draw the base thickness. Just make use of a rectangle and probably these points here, and you don't want to pick this point here as you might not be seen by that. Okay, the base is not seen here. Okay, the only one thing that you have to carry is the thickness or the depth of the figure. That's the same depth provided here, and probably you can make use of a line, turning on ortho, and you can just turn on the trim, and well, that is it. Draw a line and probably some circles here. Okay, that's it. Well, that is all about 1-point perspective. Now let's see what's happening in the case of 2-point perspectives. Okay, for 2-point perspectives, the sole difference is that there will be 2 vanishing points there. Okay, one is right at the left of the object and one will be right at the right of the object. This one is known as left vanishing point and this one is known as right vanishing point. Okay, I'm not a great artist to illustrate that figure. That will be very horrible. I'm not trying to draw anything. I had already drawn it before. Okay, anyways, so let's try to draw the 2-point perspectives. Well, that might be somewhere over here. Okay. Alright, so let's start. First, fixing of 2 vanishing points. Rather than fixing 1 vanishing point, we have to fix 2 vanishing points. That's very important. So first vanishing point here, and you have to make sure that you put an exact copy of the first line, turn on ortho and move right into here. The distance between these points are not really important. First step is to pick 2 vanishing points there. Okay, once if you fix the position of vanishing point, please do not move it. That's very important. If you moved it, the perspectives might look different, so please do not move it after once if you had placed it. Alright, let's split this table. I like to draw this table right now. Let's split the table into their individual components. First one is the top, then we can draw these legs here. For drawing up the top, observe which part of the table will be having the true length. The part which is closer to table is having true length. Okay, as if the distance passes away, I'll show you that. I'm standing in the roadside. Okay, I'll tell you that, well, picking up this line, I like to have this color here. Okay, if you took up this length or this height, let it be h. As you move away from camera, h always decreases. Okay, if this height is h and h is always less than h. Okay, if you're very closer or if you are very closer to vanishing point, h is approximately equal to 0. So that's the simple logic here. The line, the vertical line, okay, the vertical line which is closer to camera will be having the height h, which is called as the true length. Okay, the first step is to draw the stuff having true length. Okay, to me, the height which is given here is the true length of this table. So just pick up the line here. So that is the true length. This line is showing the height of this line. Okay, the next thing just you want to follow this process. There's nothing more running here. From this vanishing point, you can project the ray to both the top and bottom of this line from both vanishing points, from left to top and bottom and from right to top and bottom. Okay, well, that's the next step. I didn't count, sorry. And the next step is we want to have the width of the table. Okay, let it be the width that is going to that direction there. So probably I can say that this height is the width and this height is the width. Okay, this line which is indicated by this height, okay, that is the thickness of this set. And what we can do next is you can make use of ray, and from right vanishing point you have to project it right to the top and bottom. Again, from left vanishing point to the right, top. Okay, you don't want to project it to bottom as this might be obstructed by the top of the table. You can't see what's happening inside, so I don't recommend you to project it to the bottom part, just only the top is enough. And now you can trim, and again you can trim, and trim. That's it. That looks the perspective of this box. Just as I told before, you might not happen to see the exact copy of the table right there. Okay, that totally depends on the position of the vanishing point, height of the line, everything. Okay, that's just a 3D spaced camera positioning method, which might not be accurate for everyone who's taking it. Now I'll tell you one more thing, that how to draw the legs of it. Use the same process. First is what? In this case, first we have drawn the height of this. So same thing happens here. Let's draw the height. Now you can take the ray from left to bottom. You don't want to project it to top as there is already a line running there. Project it to bottom. Next is we provided the thickness of this asset, so just like that, probably from this point vertically up, it's not possible for me to pick a point right on top of this line, as everything is showing nearest. So I would like to either disable the object snap and click it. That might be very crazy to extend it, so I'll turn on no snap and click on top of this line. Then it's possible to trim this line when you're trimming all the others. Okay, that's great. Alright, what happened next is you can trim these lines right here, and here. What else do you want? You got the leg. It's not possible for you to copy this leg right into other places. So that's how you'll be drawing the perspective figures. Okay, it's not a serious task. Well, that's all about this. You can try this figure by yourself. There'll be a lot of figures in internet. Technically by speaking, it's not possible to draw perspectives, 3-point perspectives in Autocad 2D. So one more thing that I would like to tell you is types of line. There will be vertical line. There is no horizontal line. Rather than horizontal line, there is left vanishing point or left visual ray and a right visual ray. Okay, that's all about perspectives, and thanks for watching if anyone is watching.
I'm having a headphone with light, I'm having a headphone with light, I'm having a mouse with light, I'm having a keyboard with light, I'm having 3 monitors here, and I'm running 2 NVIDIA Quadro P6000 48GB graphics card with Intel i9. I don't know the brand, but it is having 3D cores. Anyway, thanks for watching, bye!